Depression is a serious medical condition. It's not just feeling blue or having a bad day. It's not a sign of weakness. Depression is an illness that affects the brain. It impacts how you think, feel, and act. Sadness is a normal human emotion. Everyone feels sad sometimes. This is different from depression. Depression is persistent. It lasts for at least 2 weeks. It interferes with daily life. Depression can make it hard to work. It can affect relationships. It can make it hard to enjoy life. If you think you might be depressed, reach out for help. You don't have to suffer in silence. Help is available. With the right treatment, you can get better. Depression is a widespread problem, affecting people of all ages, genders, and backgrounds. It does not discriminate and can strike anyone, anywhere, at any time. The impact of depression is profound, not just on the individuals suffering from it, but also on their families, communities, and societies at large. It affects millions of people worldwide, creating a ripple effect that touches every corner of the globe. From urban centers to rural areas, the shadow of depression looms large, influencing daily life and overall well-being. In fact, it's one of the leading causes of disability, contributing to a significant loss of productivity and quality of life. The burden of depression is not just emotional, but also economic, costing billions in healthcare and lost workdays. The World Health Organization estimates that over 300 million people suffer from depression. This staggering number highlights the urgent need for effective mental health strategies and interventions. These numbers are likely higher in 2025 as the pressures of modern life continue to mount. The increasing prevalence of depression calls for a concerted global effort to address this growing crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic had a significant impact on mental health, exacerbating existing issues and creating new ones. The isolation, fear, and uncertainty brought about by the pandemic have left a lasting mark on mental health worldwide. The isolation, stress, and uncertainty of the pandemic led to a surge in depression cases. Many people found themselves struggling with feelings of loneliness and despair, cut off from their usual support networks and routines. We are still seeing the effects of this today. The pandemic has fundamentally altered the way we live, work, and interact with each other, and its impact on mental health continues to be felt. The world is a different place than it was before the pandemic. Our social interactions, work environments, and daily routines have all changed, often in ways that can contribute to feelings of anxiety and depression. We face new challenges and uncertainties. The future is more unpredictable than ever, and this uncertainty can be a significant source of stress and anxiety for many people. This can take a toll on our mental well-being. The constant pressure to adapt and cope with new realities can lead to burnout and mental exhaustion, further exacerbating the problem of depression. It's crucial to understand the scope of this issue. Raising awareness about the prevalence and impact of depression is the first step towards addressing it. We need to educate ourselves and others about the signs and symptoms of depression and the importance of seeking help. Depression is a global health crisis. It's a problem that transcends borders and cultures, requiring a unified and compassionate response from the international community. We need to prioritize mental health and ensure that people have access to the support they need. This includes providing adequate resources for mental health services, promoting mental health education, and fostering a supportive environment where individuals feel safe to seek help. Depression can manifest in different ways. It doesn't always look the same for everyone, and it can be a silent struggle that many people face without others even realizing it. It's not always easy to recognize. Sometimes the signs are subtle and can be mistaken for just having a bad day or being under stress. Some people may only experience a few symptoms, others may experience many. The intensity and duration of these symptoms can also vary greatly from person to person. Common symptoms of depression include, but are not limited to, persistent sadness or low mood. This feeling can be overwhelming and persistent, making it hard to find joy in everyday activities, feeling down, hopeless, or empty most of the day, nearly every day. This can create a sense of despair that feels inescapable. Loss of interest or pleasure. Activities that once brought happiness may no longer seem appealing, no longer enjoying activities that used to bring joy. This can include hobbies, social interactions, or even favorite foods. Changes in appetite or weight. This can manifest as either a significant increase or decrease in appetite, leading to noticeable weight changes, significant weight loss or gain, or changes in eating habits. Sleep disturbances. These can range from insomnia to oversleeping, difficulty sleeping, sleeping too much, or early morning awakenings. These disruptions can further exacerbate feelings of fatigue and hopelessness. These are just some of the signs. It's important to remember that depression is a complex condition with a wide range of symptoms. If you're experiencing these symptoms, it's important to talk to a doctor or mental health professional. They can provide a proper diagnosis and recommend a treatment plan tailored to your needs. Early detection and treatment are essential for recovery. With the right support and resources, it is possible to manage depression and lead a fulfilling life. We live in a fast-paced, demanding world. The hustle and bustle of daily life can often feel relentless, with everyone constantly on the move, trying to keep up with the ever-increasing demands placed upon them, from work deadlines to social obligations. The pressure to perform and excel is omnipresent. The pressures of modern life can be overwhelming. Many people find themselves juggling multiple responsibilities, from professional commitments to personal relationships, all while trying to maintain a semblance of balance. This constant juggling act can lead to significant stress and anxiety, making it difficult to find moments of peace and relaxation. These pressures can contribute to depression. The feeling of being constantly overwhelmed can lead to a sense of hopelessness and despair. When individuals feel they cannot meet the expectations placed upon them, it can result in a downward spiral of negative emotions, further exacerbating mental health issues. Social media plays a significant role. While it can be a source of connection and entertainment, it also has a darker side. The constant exposure to curated images and highlight reels of others' lives can create unrealistic expectations and foster feelings of inadequacy. It creates a culture of comparison. People often compare their own lives to the seemingly perfect lives of others, leading to feelings of envy and dissatisfaction. This comparison can be particularly damaging to one's self-esteem and overall mental health. People often present a curated version of themselves online. They share only the best moments, carefully edited and filtered to present an idealized image. This can create a false sense of reality, making others feel that they are not measuring up. This can make others feel inadequate or envious. The constant comparison to these idealized images can lead to a sense of failure and low self-worth, further contributing to mental health struggles. Economic stress is another factor. The rising cost of living, coupled with job insecurity and the pressures of the gig economy, can create a significant financial burden. Many people find themselves struggling to make ends meet, which can lead to chronic stress and anxiety. The rising cost of living, job insecurity, and the gig economy all contribute to anxiety and stress. The uncertainty of not knowing if one will have enough to cover basic expenses can be incredibly taxing on one's mental health. The gig economy, while offering flexibility, often lacks stability and benefits, adding to the financial strain. Freelancers and gig workers may find themselves working long hours without the security of a steady paycheck or health benefits, further contributing to their stress levels. This can lead to feelings of hopelessness and despair. When financial pressures become overwhelming, it can feel like there is no way out, leading to a sense of helplessness and a decline in mental well-being. The always-on, 24/7 nature of modern life can lead to burnout. The expectation to be constantly available and responsive can make it difficult to disconnect and recharge, leading to physical and mental exhaustion. People are constantly connected and bombarded with information. The never-ending stream of emails, messages, and notifications can be overwhelming, making it hard to focus and find moments of calm. This can be mentally and emotionally draining. The constant influx of information and the pressure to stay connected can take a toll on one's mental health, leading to feelings of fatigue and burnout. It's crucial to prioritize our mental well-being and set boundaries to protect our mental health in this challenging environment. Taking time to disconnect, practice mindfulness, and engage in self-care can help mitigate the negative effects of modern pressures and promote a healthier, more balanced life. Section 5, Inside the Depressed Brain. A look at the biology. Depression is a complex illness. It involves changes in the brain. These changes affect mood, thinking, and behavior. One key area affected is the hippocampus. This part of the brain is involved in memory and learning. In people with depression, the hippocampus can shrink. This can lead to problems with concentration and memory. Neurotransmitters are also affected. These chemicals carry messages between brain cells. Serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine are all involved in mood regulation. These changes in the brain are not your fault. They are the result of a complex interplay of factors. Understanding the biology of depression helps us to develop effective treatments. Section 6, Nature and Nurture, unraveling the causes. There is no single cause of depression. It's a complex interplay of factors. Genetics, depression can run in families. If you have a family history of depression, you may be more likely to develop it. Environment. Stressful life events such as trauma, abuse, or the death of a loved one can trigger depression. Life experiences, chronic stress, relationship problems, and social isolation can all contribute to depression. It's often a combination of these factors that leads to depression. For example, you might have a genetic predisposition to depression and then a stressful life event triggers it. Understanding these factors helps us to develop personalized treatment plans. Breaking the silence. Seeking help and support. Seeking help for depression is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's important to remember that you're not alone. Millions of people struggle with depression. The first step is talking to someone you trust. This could be a friend, family member, doctor, or therapist. Sharing your experience can be a huge relief. Don't be afraid to reach out for professional help. A therapist can provide support and teach you coping skills. Medication can also be effective in treating depression. Remember, there is no shame in seeking help. It's a brave and important step towards recovery. Paths to healing treatment options for depression. There are many effective treatments for depression. The right treatment plan will depend on the individual and the severity of their symptoms. Therapy is a common treatment option. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, helps people identify and change negative thought patterns. Interpersonal therapy focuses on relationships and communication skills. Medication can also be helpful. Antidepressants work by balancing chemicals in the brain. It's important to work closely with a doctor to find the right medication and dosage. Lifestyle changes can also play a role in recovery. Exercise, a healthy diet, and enough sleep are all important for mental health. The power of connection support systems and their role. Having a strong support system is crucial for recovering from depression. Friends, family, and support groups can provide a listening ear, encouragement, and practical help. Don't be afraid to lean on your loved ones during difficult times. Let them know how they can support you. This might involve practical help, such as cooking or cleaning, or simply being there to listen. Support groups can also be incredibly helpful. They provide a safe and supportive space to share experiences and connect with others who understand. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Reach out to your support system and allow them to help you through this challenging time. Changing the conversation towards a more understanding future. We need to break the stigma surrounding mental health. Too often people suffer in silence because they are ashamed to talk about their struggles. We need to create a culture where it's okay to not be okay. We need to encourage open conversations about mental health. We need to educate ourselves and others about depression. Let's challenge misconceptions and promote understanding. Let's be kind and compassionate to those who are struggling. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels comfortable seeking help and support for their mental health.